WWE are allegedly telling female talent to dress sexier. Plus, a released WWE star is returning to wrestling this summer, and there was a major ring botch at a SmackDown live event last night. It's all in the wrestling news right now. So this comes from Athena, formerly Ember Moon. She was a guest on Chris Van Vliet's show this week, and she really talked very emotionally, very passionately about her last 4 months in WWE. And oh gosh, it sounds like it was a rough old time because she was in a tag team with Shotzi, as we know. She found out over the phone, oh, Shotzi's going to SmackDown. Oh, we didn't know you guys were in a team. That's a bit weird.
Why would they?
She said a few of the Raw and SmackDown writers weren't even aware that they were teaming at that point, despite the fact that they had merch. But Triple H kind of said, look, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out together. This led to what was going to be a planned heel turn for Athena as Ember Moon to go back to the old school Ember Moon. You know, Ember starts the fire and the moon and all that stuff. She dyed her hair red again. She was told to go get the red hair dye and get the red contact in and all that stuff. She did all that. They did some promotional videos. And then she got a phone call after all that saying, yeah, Vince is taking you off TV indefinitely. But you can do some training stuff at the Performance Center. So she's, as you can imagine, very upset about all of that. But the big thing that's come from this interview,
that would have been bloody good, wouldn't it? The Ember heel turn thing. That would have been really good.
Oh, they'd have,
we didn't get that.
Oh, she'd have been brilliant with that. But the one thing that a lot of people have been drawn to in this interview was where she started talking about meetings with the female members of the NXT roster. And Athena said, we would have to sit through stupid meetings about how we would have to dress sexy. I remember looking at someone and laughing because I cater to children. I'm not about to wear fishnet, booty, butt cheek shorts because we had a 2-hour meeting about how to dress like Mandy Rose.
They just buried Mandy there. What's wrong with Mandy?
No. Then she goes on to say, Mandy is absolutely phenomenal and an amazing person, but not everyone is Mandy Rose, which is fair. She felt very disheartened by the end of her WWE run, as you can imagine. Fightful Select did some further research into these fashion meetings, and they say we were told NXT meetings were held under the guise of, quote, fashion consulting. They brought in Melanie Pace, who is a fashion expert, to conduct the meetings back in October of 2021. One wrestler in NXT said it was a stark contrast because before that, people on the roster were told, you know, wear your gear or available merch as opposed to dressing sexy. But even backstage and behind the scenes, people were being kind of given guidance on, you know, dress wear, to the point where they were given pamphlets which contained tops, heels, and other potential outfits.
Feels like a step back, doesn't it?
It really does.
I understand it in the, you know, they're trying to appeal to a younger audience, and in the Attitude Era, there was a lot of TNA, and it worked for them and it got younger people watching. So I get what they're doing. But after all of the work that they've put in with the women's revolution and prioritizing female wrestlers as athletes and presenting them in that way, and it's not the late 90s, early noughties anymore, it does feel like a step back.
The argument has been from people within WWE was it's not about dressing sexy. Nothing has been said about dressing sexy per se, but more presenting them as larger than life stars. That's what some people within WWE have said instead. Several people point the finger at John Laurinaitis for this change because none of these things were happening until John Laurinaitis took charge again, and he's
color me surprised.
He's got a bit of a checkered history.
NXT especially has really changed. A lot of people have picked up on the fact that this larger than life thing is just a way of sugarcoating it, isn't it? People have picked up on the fact that women are being presented differently on the show. So it's interesting to hear that this is sort of, they've done these meetings backstage, and they're sugarcoating it with that.
We've missed Bo Dallas.
Have we?
How dare you? How dare you?
I like Bo Dallas. I liked Bo leave Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
And the B-Team stuff was fun too. He's coming back.
He is indeed. Taylor Rotunda's coming back. What was he saying at the Love of Wrestling convention?
He said, I am the furthest from done with wrestling that you can possibly be. This is a man who hasn't wrestled for some time. I spent the past year diving into a bunch of different ventures outside of wrestling, but wrestling has never left my heart, not for 1 second. I just wanted to get a couple of things done before I dive back in and do something that I really cared about. And now that I got everything kind of wrapped up and working on over the next 2 or 3 months, you will see me back in the ring very soon, because the love of wrestling has never left me. And I've always known that I was coming back to it soon, but I just really needed to get some other stuff done. But I'll be back in the ring really, really soon. I promise.
I promise.
That's Alex right there. You know what? He was really, really fantastically entertaining, especially in NXT. That Bo Leave stuff. I thought the heat that he got from that, and it was a really original character as well. And I feel like they dropped the ball with him a little bit. It's good to hear that he's coming back. You know what? I really feel like Impact would be the perfect place for Bo.
It's so funny how so many times you have these people that have fallen off the radar a little bit, taken a long walk around the beaten track, and we always kind of go, Impact's a good place to land.
Yeah,
because I think whether there is, it's a lighter, it's a more sustainable schedule. Perhaps it allows them to do other things. It's very creatively inspiring, because you do see a lot of people kind of getting their own creative energies in there. Which
and
is
AEW is full, Tom.
And AEW is
cramped. It's chock-a-block.
It's chock-a-block with wrestler goodness. So maybe steer clear of there for a little bit. We'll end on some news from the WWE SmackDown live event last night. Over there in Newcastle upon Tyne, just outside. We had, now normally these things, sometimes nothing major will come from it because they're sort of house shows and they're live events and they're good fun. We got some news out of it, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
The world is talking about Newcastle this morning.
Bobby Lashley taking a bit of a tumble outside the ring last night when the rope broke, the top rope broke during his match. And it looked really nasty. It was a bit of a, and everything went pretty quiet. It was a very hot crowd last night. And then suddenly this happened, and it could have been way worse than it was. There's video footage floating around. I immediately got my phone out after the fact to film something, but it's just Drew standing in a ring. But it was about a minute or so until Bobby Lashley got back in the ring. But he flipped with the rope broke, and he just tumbles backwards.
It was kind of like, it was almost like there was like a loose mechanism on a turnbuckle, because the whole rope came away, all stuck together, like something was loosened, and he fell out of the ring that way. But he was fine. We can report this morning that Bobby Lashley is fine. Yeah,
totally. And he's posted on Instagram. He posted that it's some fan gave him some attire as well. He hasn't actually acknowledged, I don't think, the ring breaking, the rope breaking rather, but the fact that he's just posting fairly jovial, fun stuff suggests that he's A-okay. And he completed the match and everything. It was fine.
He's fine. I did love the ring attire that he was sent. Like, it's those trunks that say Bobby Lashley on them. And the comment he's put, I got this last night, I still love all my fans. It's the way he put still. Like for a second it was in doubt. It's great. If you went to that show and made Bobby Lashley his pants, make us some. We'd love them. We'd wear them.
We are being forced to dress sexier as well. There's fashion meetings that I arranged.
If you came over and said hello, Newcastle, cheers. We had a good time meeting lots of people. We had a lovely night, didn't we?
Yeah, it was really, really fun. It was good. I'll tell you what, Sami Zayn is the dog's bollocks, isn't he? Sami Zayn was the star of the show last night. I've been bigging up for every news video I do, basically. But man, that guy has got heat. He was so entertaining again last night. So props to Sami. And it was a lovely night. Thanks to WWE for the house show. What am I saying?
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for running your business and making some money.
It's nice to see. Look out for some other cool bits over the weekend from last night on the channel.
That's you hinting. Let's tell it. Let's give a name. Who we got?
Mason Ryan, Stevie Ray, Earthquake, Alundra Place.
You'll have to wait and see.
Wait and see over the weekend. There'll be some cool stuff from WWE Newcastle. We've got to have a chat with some of the guys. You'll see that later on over the weekend. And more news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.